Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it has been a good minute since I have filmed a video. Sorry, I've been away for a while. I am moving. I always feel like I'm moving even though it's been a couple of years since I have moved. But yeah, I am in my new space. I have a nice big window in front of me. So I'm excited because before it was really hard for me to get nice lighting. I have studio lights, but I don't really like the way they look. So that's why I'm not really using them. But I have this nice, beautiful window in front of me that gives me all natural lighting. So it's awesome. Please excuse boxes in the background. We're still kind of cleaning things up. So yeah, today I decided I would do a full face of makeup and I'm going to be testing out the Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill collaboration products. I have kind of dipped my finger into some of them, but I haven't tried out the eyeshadows at all or the liquid illuminator. So we are going to try those out today on camera. There has been some controversy the last, I want to say the last like 48 hours or so, maybe a little bit longer, maybe I'm just really behind, but that some of the products were made in China and their ingredients are not as good as the normal Becca palettes. Now, I haven't tried the eyeshadow palettes from Becca. This is the first one I've tried, and of course I always want to support my YouTubers, so, and I love Jaclyn Hill, so I really want to pick up all of her stuff. There's only one thing I didn't get, and that was the cream champagne pop, so I got the eyeshadow palette. The packaging on it is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. I got the face palette, of course. I think this is the one that was most hyped up. And then I got the Champagne Pop Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid Illuminator. I have this one in Moonstone and I really, really love it. So I was excited when they were coming out with the Champagne Pop version. So yeah, I thought we could kind of do almost like a swatch video, first impression, whatever you want to call it, and a tutorial at the same time since I literally have no internet or TV right now. I literally have nothing to do with my life, so I thought I'd do something that's going to be a little bit longer. I went and hung out by the pool already today, but it's a little bit windy and there's bugs kind of flying all over the place and I just wasn't into it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I've already gone ahead and primed my face, and lately I have been using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter primer. This is awesome. I really like it. It gives you that nice kind of glow to the skin, and I find it keeps your foundation on very well. For my foundation, I'm going to be using the Josie Maran Vibrancy foundation. Now, of course, I got this from Jaclyn Hill, like as a recommendation in her favorites, and then she mentioned it a few videos back as well that she was really enjoying it, so I picked myself up one. I'm in the shade Mystical. I've been using this for about a month now and I absolutely love it. It's awesome. So that is what I am going to use as my foundation today. So it says to shake it up really, really well. So I just like to put a little pump on my finger. Oh, I forgot to color correct. Oh well, we just won't today. So I'm just going to place a couple dots on my face here. And then I just kind of spread it out to get it even. I feel like this lighting might be a little bit too white, but I'll play around with it a bit and see. And then I just like to take a damp beauty blender and just work that into the skin. And then I like to take it a little bit on my ear as well, just to make sure everything's blended. My other job, I work for a like a cell phone, TV, internet company in Saskatchewan. So yeah, I just got to transfer to another city and just doing the same thing. I am debating on taking an application to Sephora, which I'm kind of nervous about, but we'll see. I'm probably gonna go tomorrow though. Yeah, probably tomorrow because they're open later. So I have worked at MAC Cosmetics before and I really, really enjoyed it. But I think I just want to try something new, and like, don't get me wrong, I still like MAC products, but I don't know, I'm just kind of into a more variety of products. Now, when I first started doing makeup, it was only MAC that I used because that's what I was more comfortable with. So yeah, but now I've branched off quite a bit that I really want to work for, or try to work for Sephora, and we'll see how that goes. I feel like Sephora is always very intimidating though, and I'm pretty shy if you don't know me. So I don't know how well I would fit in there, but I guess we will see. I kind of wish I color corrected. Ugh. My skin has been breaking out so bad the last few months. I don't know what it is, but I just can't get it under control, especially in this area right here. It just always breaks out. I don't know why. Nowhere else really does. Sometimes I get like along here, but like my cheeks never break out, my nose never breaks out, my chin doesn't really break out. It's just like my forehead. Ugh. So I'm just gonna step off camera and do my brows because I don't want to do them on camera today. I never do. So yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, so I am finished my brows, and today I actually used a new product in my brows. I went to Sephora yesterday to get some brush cleaner, and they gave me a sample of the Benefit Ka-Brow, this little guy right here. It's not available until June 24th. The brush is really nice on this too. It's very thin, so it's very easy to get in there and define your brows, make some sharp lines if you want, build a drama. You can also make it very feathery and very natural as well. So I'm very impressed with this. I might have to actually go out and buy this. The sample's kind of stupid though, like the opening's like super duper tiny. I'll even show you. It's like that big, so to get your brush in there is kind of annoying, but whatever. The product itself is really, really good, and I'm sure on the bigger size it's a lot bigger and better. So I'm just going to take some clear brow gel. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, and I'm just going to run that through my brows because I forgot to do that. So now I'm just going to highlight my face. I am using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the color Light Warm. So I'm just going to place this on my chin a little bit, on my nose, around my nose because I get really red around there. And then on my forehead a little bit too. Start with that first, and then I'll do my under eyes after. I'm just going to take my Beauty Blender again and blend everything out. I'm going to fast forward through this because it's kind of boring to watch. And just to blend it in, I'm going to just take my ring finger and just pat it into my skin. And there we go. And then just to cover it up a little bit more, I'm going to take that same concealer that I used in the middle of my face and just put a little bit under my eyes as well. This time I'm going to blend this one out with my Beauty Blender. So I like to use the tapered end and then just work it into the skin. And I'd like to take a little bit on my lid as well because I do have quite... Oh my god, my back hurts. Ah! I do have quite a lot of discoloration on my eyelids. Oops. Can you feel the attraction? Feel the attraction. Can you feel it between us? Now I want my skin to be nice and dewy and stay glowy, and that foundation does an amazing job of it. So I'm only going to set my under eye today and kind of like around my nose. So I'm taking the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I'm just going to use this under my eyes. So I'm just going to take some on a tapered brush and just run it right under my eyes. I'll just put a little bit on my chin too, just because sometimes it likes to, my foundation likes to rub off there as well. So next I want to bronze up my skin, so I'm going to take the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer. Looks like this. And I'm just going to take an angled contour brush and just bronze up my skin. This color might be a bit too dark for me. A little too dark. Sometimes I feel like when I don't set my foundation, everything can look darker because it gets caught on the foundation because it's not set. So whatever, we'll make it work. So I'm just going to go along my temples as well, of course. It's so nice having natural lighting. I can actually see if my freaking foundation matches my chest. Before I was in a dark basement without any windows, I could barely even tell if my foundation actually matched my skin, and then I would get outside and be like, bam! Fucking orange. It's terrible. First world problems, right?
Energies inside us like electricity. Feel the love running through like electricity.
Okay, so I'm zoomed you guys in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing on my eyes. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eye using my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Oh, I thought I had to burp. Just because I know how this one works, I know it works really well. So I'm just going to apply this all over my lid and all the way up to my brow bone as per usual. And this just ensures everything stays in place, and it also cancels out any discoloration on the lid as well. Okay, so we're gonna use the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Collection Eye Palette. So this is what the box looks like. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it's really pretty. It's a gold packaging that has kind of white confetti on it. And then the actual packaging is exactly the same. So it looks like this. It's really bad because you can see my camera in the reflection. I maybe have to do another angle. And then on the back, it actually has the names of every color in the palette, which is nice. So there's 5 eyeshadows in it. Now this is the one that's having some, like, people are having an issue with it because it was made in China. Now, like I said earlier, I've never used the Becca eyeshadows before, so I don't really have anything to compare it to be honest. But apparently most of the eyeshadows are usually made in the US, so that's why people are having an issue with it, and they're comparing it to like the ingredients are similar to what brands like Essence, and there's another one people were saying, but I can't remember what it is. I watched a girl's video. I can link it down below if you guys want to see it, but she has a really good review on the palette and all the ingredients. I don't really want to go into that because I'm not really like ingredient savvy or anything like that, but this is what the palette looks like. So it has a mirror. Oh, damn, camera's in the way. And then it just has, let's see if I can put this on an angle, these 5 colors. Okay, so these are what the colors look like. So from this side to this side, it's exactly how it is in the palette. So we have Chardonnay, Champagne Toast, Cordial, Cognac, and Bordeaux. So they swatch really, really nicely on your fingers and on your arms. They look really, really gorgeous. So we are going to try them on the eyes though and see how well they blend, because people are saying they do swatch beautifully and they look really, really nice, but then you put them on the eyes and there's hardly any color payoff. So we are going to test it out. So I'm going to set my eye as usual. I'm taking the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette and using coconut cream as always. And this is what I normally do, so I don't want to not do it. Otherwise I feel like the outcome could come out a little bit different, just because I'm not used to, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna set my eye primer though. So I'm just gonna run this in my crease. I usually leave the lid blank because I have hooded eyes. I do need to set my primer or else it can look very chalky and chunky and the eyeshadows don't blend out as easily as I would like them to. Okay, so we'll finish doing that. Okay, so don't really know what I want to do for a look. I'm going to start off, I think, by highlighting my brow bone and the inner corner of my eye using Chardonnay, and then we'll just go from there. So I'm just going to take Chardonnay on a shader brush. I'm just going to highlight my brow bone first. This is a gorgeous color. That went on really, really well. It's nice and pigmented. Looks good to me. Now this palette retails for, let me double check, $48. I think that was Canadian. I think that's what it said. 48 Canadian. So that's why people are kind of upset, is because the price of this palette is not cheap by any means. So if they did change the ingredients to something of a lower quality and then charge that much, it's kind of ridiculous, which I totally understand. But we will try it out and see how everything looks. This color is, it's kind of like, it's not, I don't want to say it's chunky, but I'm just most used to more of like a pearly finish, and this one does kind of look a bit chunky. Nothing bad though, like it's pretty. I hope you guys can see that. Now I am going to put a little bit on the inner corner of my eye because I like to do that normally, so let's do it today. I think these shadows are very pigmented. They look good. And they're coming off my brush very, very easily. And I'm not picking up more than I normally would, so. So for my crease, I think I'm gonna use this middle color here, which is Cordell, I believe it's called. And I'm just gonna take that on a blending brush, and we're just gonna apply this into the crease. So I'm gonna start in the middle because that's where I want the most product, and then I will blend it out from there. I feel like this color looks a little bit more pinky than it does in the palette. I was expecting something more kind of like a mauvey, but it's coming out kind of pink, and that could just be because of my skin tone, but it's blending out really nicely. I have no issues with the blending of it, and it's very pigmented. This is only like going in twice, I guess, with it. Now I have hooded eyes, so I'm pretty picky with what kind of shadows I like. They do need to blend out very easily. I just find if they're too like chalky or they don't blend well, they just look really bad on my eyes. So these are blending out really, really nicely. I am liking them so far. And I'm just going to go in one more time just to darken it up a little bit further and blend it up. You guys see that? Looks good. I like the color payoff of it, and the blendability is really amazing. I'm going to take Cognac here, which is this color. It's a warm kind of brown color. And I'm going to take this with a 217 brush, and we are going to apply this to the crease to add more definition. Now they come off, like that's just one dip in there. You can see there's quite a bit of product on there. I know some people were saying that it was not coming off as well, but let's see. So I'm just going to place this in the crease. Looks like it's coming off really, really well. I think the payoff of these shadows is really, really good. I don't have an issue with them at all. They're coming off on my eyes really well, and sometimes I find shadows very hard to blend out on my eyes because they are hooded. So I need like super creamy, super blendable eyeshadows, and these are gorgeous. So I'm liking them so far. Okay, so I dipped that Cognac color in twice or three times in, and that's normally what I do for my crease anyway. I start off with a little bit and then build up from there, and I usually use about 2 to 3 swipes of product. So I am satisfied with how it looks. It blended out really, really nicely. Yeah, I like that. Now for the lid, I think I'm going to use this Champagne Toast color. I think, yeah. Now normally I would put Painterly Paint Pot on my lid first, but I think I'm going to skip it today and just see how it goes. So I'm just taking a little bit on my brush, and then we are going to pack that on the lid. Now this one I'm finding is having some issues with the way it applies. It kind of looks chunky. It's not going on very evenly, so yeah. But let's just try and build it up and see what we can do. How about I'm gonna do this eye without any champagne or without any Painterly Paint Pot on it, and then I'm gonna try this one with it, and then we can kind of compare and see if that Painterly Paint Pot helps it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of Painterly and just apply that on the lid. Now I normally do this just because of my hooded eyes. Sometimes it can transfer, so you can see how well, if this helps it stay on more. Like, this is just normal for me to do though. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that definitely helped it go on a lot smoother. But I mean, not everybody does that, right? That's just what I like to do because I have hooded eyes, so it's different for everyone. So it definitely did help it adhere, and lots of the product went off onto my lid. So I mean, that's good for me because that's what I normally do. I'm gonna go back in with a little tiny bit, focus, a little tiny bit of cognac again, and just redefine the crease. Just a little bit. I'm so sad I missed The Bachelorette last night because we don't have any freaking TV or internet. So sad. So now I'll have to stream it tomorrow when I get it, but that's alright, I guess. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to do a little bit of that Champagne Toast just on the inner corner here. Just kind of blending it in with that Chardonnay and then to the middle. It's going to be a really long video. And then we're just going to smoke out the lower lash line a bit. So I'm going to take first Cordell. I forget what it's called. Yes, Cordell. And just run that along my lower lash line all the way from outer corner to about halfway. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Bordeaux, this one right here, on a flat shader brush. I'm just going to define the lower lash line a little bit. I'm just going to focus it right on the outer corner here. Then I'm going to take a little bit of cognac on that dome-shaped brush again and just run that over just to smoke it out a little bit further. So I am going to go do, I might do a wing. You'll see when I get back, I guess. And then I'm going to put some mascara on. I'm not going to do lashes today because I'm lazy. But yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and finished up the eye. So I tight lined my top and bottom waterline. I used the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the color Overboard. It's just this nice kind of metallic-y bronze color, so I thought I'd look really good with this eye look. For my wing liner, I use the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper as always, and then for my mascara, I use the same thing as always, my MAC and Extreme Dimension for my top lashes, and then my MAC Extended Play for my lower lashes. So overall, I'm happy with the shadows so far. I'm gonna kind of keep them on for a few hours and make sure to check them out and update you guys on how they're looking. So we are gonna move on to the face palette now. Now, I noticed that this one does say that it was made in the US. Where is it again? So yeah, the face palette was made in the US. The eye palette was made in China. So this is what the palette looks like. That's what it looks like. So this one is white on the front with the gold confetti, and on the back again, it shows you, it shows you what all the colors are again. So this is what the face palette looks like. It has 3 blushes on top and then 2 of the highlighters on the bottom. So the, oh God, we're gonna have to get this out. This color right here, am I seeing this right? Okay, so this one right here is Rosé Spritz, and I'll do swatches of them as well. The middle one is called Amaretto. The last one is called Pamplemousse. So this one looks like it has like a gold mixture in there. It's kind of a corally gold color. This one's just a nice neutral one, and then this one's a really vibrant coral one. I think I did use this one and it was hella pigmented. Like, it was amazing. And then we have Champagne Pop, of course, and then the new one, which is Prosecco Pop. Yeah, Prosecco Pop. Now I have tried the new Prosecco Pop. It is a little bit too dark for me. Like, once I get a tan in the summer, it'll look gorgeous. But right now, it's just too dark for me, and it literally just looks like I'm wearing a strip of gold on my cheeks, and it does not look cute. So this would look really, really nice on anyone tan or darker skin tones, but it doesn't look good on me right now. So I'm gonna get my bronze on, and then I can wear Prosecco Pop all the time. So here's the swatches for them. This one is the Rosé Spritz. This one is Amaretto. This one is Pamplemousse. This one is Champagne Pop, and then this one is Prosecco Pop, and you can see it's just a little too gold for my skin tone right now. Okay, we're gonna try and breeze through this because my battery is dying. So for my cheeks, I think I'm gonna use the Rosé Spritz color, this one right here that has that kind of gold flecks in it. So I'm just gonna, it's a lot of pigment on there. Oh yeah, that is super pigmented. Ooh, I put too much. That's okay, I'll blend it out. So I was so excited. I really want to use Prosecco Pop today. Maybe I'll just mix the two. So I'm gonna mix Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop just because I wanna wear both of them. Oh, I forgot something. I want to use the liquid illuminator. So this one says it's made in Germany. In Germany? Where are ya? Where does it say? Made in Germany. So this one's made in Germany. So I will check and see where Moonstone is made, whether that matters to people or not. But this is the swatch of the Champagne Pop Illuminator. It's gorgeous. So I always like to put this on the high points of my face, so on my cheekbones. Oh, that is gorgeous. I would wear that just by itself. Looks stunning. I get that a little bit on my nose, not too much. I find it makes my foundation kind of fall off my nose. So this is similar to what Moonstone is like, blends out exactly the same. So that is what Champagne Pop, the liquid illuminator, looks like on its own. It's gorgeous. Okay, so I think I left off, I just finished putting on the Champagne Pop liquid illuminator. So now I'm gonna go ahead and mix Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop. Prosecco Pop's a little bit too gold for me, and it literally just looks like a stripe across my cheek, so I just want to mix them both. So I'm gonna start by applying it. See, that's nice. That is so nice. I like to bring it on the apples of my cheeks and just blend it. See, that's more of a wearable gold for me. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Do the lips, I'm just going to do something neutral. So I'm going to take my Milani lip liner in All Natural and just outline my lips. I decided I'm gonna fill in my lips with this as well because I don't feel like putting lipstick on. And then just to give it a hint of gloss, I'm gonna take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Butterscotch Lip Gloss and just put that right over top. I wish these glosses were just a little bit shinier. I love the formula of them. I just wish they were a bit glossier. I just realized I didn't have my light on when I applied my lipstick, so that's probably why it was a bit dark. But yeah, let's leave this on. Let's see what time it is. It's 3:17 right now, so maybe I'll come back around 6:30ish and I'll do an update for you guys. So far, nothing wrong with the eyeshadows. Everything's looking pretty good. And my eyeliner looks pretty good today. Pretty good. The face palette's amazing. The Champagne Pop is exactly like the individual one, so I have no complaints about that. So let's just go ahead and we will see how the eyeshadow palette wears. So I'll come back in a few hours and I will catch up with you guys then. I've sat on my eyes if they faded or anything like that. So it is now 6:11 p.m. This is actually like perfect timing because Jaclyn just updated her Snapchat and kind of addressed the whole situation. And basically what's happening is they are completely getting rid of the eyeshadow palette now. It's not even going to be sold on the launch date on June 16th. They're completely getting rid of it because of all the controversy behind it. And I personally don't have an issue with the palette at all. I actually think that eyeshadows are beautiful. They didn't fade. Like, I don't know if you can see that. I have, like, the pigment stayed. I know it's only been on for 3 hours and I've basically just been sitting around the house. But still, like, they should have faded a little bit. Like, obviously this one didn't sit as well. This is the one without the primer on it. Like, without extra MAC Painterly Paint Pot on it. But I have no issues with the shadow. I think they're actually absolutely gorgeous. They blended out really well. And like I said, I have hooded eyes and it's very hard for me to find shadows that I absolutely like and that blend really nicely on me. But I can understand from, like, I've never tried Becca eyeshadows before, right? And people who have, they can definitely probably see the difference between them. But personally, I really enjoyed this shadow palette, and it's sad that it's not going to be launched, but at the same time, it shows how genuine and honest Jaclyn will always be to her subscribers. And I personally don't think Becca did it intentionally to screw anyone over or anything like that. And that's what Jaclyn said in her Snapchat too. And I said I don't think they would ever do that. And but yeah, it's awesome to see a YouTuber who actually really cares about her subscribers, and she'll always be genuine to them. She doesn't care just about getting more money, because they definitely could have just been like, screw it, we're just gonna sell this, and people are gonna buy it because it has Jaclyn Hill's name on it. But Jaclyn said she doesn't stand behind it, and they're taking it down. So yeah, actually the eyeshadow palette won't even be sold, but I believe every other product will still be sold in the collection. So yeah, personally, I like the shadow palette. I really like the face palette. I really like the liquid illuminator. I always use my Moonstone one, so to have the Champagne Pop one is awesome as well. But yeah, this is my honest review on the Becca Cosmetics Jaclyn Hill Champagne Glow collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's something different. I don't really do reviews, but I want to do them more often. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you're not already. Leave me any comments or suggestions down below on what you would like to see next. And I think that is it. Follow my social media and I'll link it down below. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!